my god, it was horrible. Hello kiddos, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Edgar, and on today's video I want to talk with you about something a little bit different. The thing is that I realized that lately I've been reading only books that I found recommended either YouTube, TikTok or Instagram. And the thing is that when I realized about it, I start thinking, why? Why? Remember those times when we used to just go to a bookstore and just pick up a book based only on the comment that we read in the back cover? Well, that day has to come back. So that's what today's video is going to be about. I'm going to go to my favorite bookstore here in Dubai, that is Kinokuniya in the Dubai Mall. I'm going to buy a book, read it, and then comment it with you. But I want to say that the book that I read, I will probably check it up on Goodreads just to be sure that I'm not going to end up with some horrible book that I will end up being a fit. So if you want to find out what book I'm going to pick, come with me. Let's start this. Okay, so today is Sunday, and 2 days ago I went to the bookstore and I wasn't really sure on what genre I wanna read, but I was mostly in between two of my favorite genres. One of them was a romance book, which I have been reading a lot lately, but on the other hand I was thinking maybe like some thriller or suspense or something like that. And I have to say it was so hard because there were so many books that I was tempted to buy. If you have any recommendation, please leave it on the comment section down below because I want to find my next book. As I was saying, I was thinking of romance or maybe like some thriller. One of them was in the genre of romance. It was One Italian Summer. It's only because I heard a lot of good things about the book in 5 years, her previous novel. So I thought maybe I could give it a try to that one. But then I went to the crime thriller section of the bookstore. I ended up choosing this one that was called The Last Thing to Burn. Misery meets Room. So Misery, the Stephen King story, meets Room, the Emma Donoghue story. They both are movies, so maybe you have seen the movies. I remember I read Misery ages ago, but I remember I really enjoyed that one. And I remember I've seen Room ages ago, and I really liked the movie, even if it was like a little bit disturbing. So when I saw this book, maybe I have found my next reading. I just read it so fast. First of all, I want to talk about the trigger warnings. And to talk about the trigger warnings, I will just talk about the story basically. The story starts with this woman that is waiting in a countryside area. The thing is, this man who picks her up refers to her as Jane, and immediately she says, "My name is not Jane." The more you go forward on this story, and this is not spoiler because it's basically the story, you follow this woman who is a Vietnamese woman. Her and her sister, they both went to the UK with the promise of a job that will help them to support their families. And the thing that they didn't know is it was all a trap. And it's a fiction book, it's not related to a true story. But the thing is that we have heard about a lot of stories that are similar. That was a little bit sickening to read. And it's like how after years, still he's captive and she wants to go out. He married her and they live in a countryside area, so she cannot ask for help to anyone because there's no one around. And the whole environment of the book, it's so well developed that you start feeling all this claustrophobic feeling. You feel the lack of air, the lack of light. There's so many horrible things that he's doing to her that you were actually, in a lot of moments, I thought about putting the book down, but it is really well written, so I wanted to find out what the outcome was. I will leave here all the trigger warnings just for you to know in case that you're planning to read this one. And it was a book that after I finished it, I feel like it was so real just because of the way that it was described that I thought I want to read more about these type of stories because it's important to be aware also that these things happen. As you know, for example, the movie Room, it's based on the case of Joseph Fritzl. It's a horrible story. I actually was curious about reading the Emma Donoghue book, but I think for a while I'm going to just put this book on a side and I'm going to read something completely different because I need to distract my mind a little bit. Yeah, I think it's important to talk about all these topics. It was nice to have picked up this book, and the way that it's written, it's really good. It will keep you on the edge of your seat. Yeah, of course, like I think that you should be aware of the trigger warnings, but beside that, I think that it's a really good book and really worth the reading. The ending wasn't my favorite because I think that it was like a little bit abrupt. I would like that the author gave us a little bit of the background of this character, but maybe like a little bit of the context on why they decided to go there. The book has an epilogue, but it's only like, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 3 pages. So basically the way that the whole story is closed, it feels a little bit abrupt. At the end of the book, just before the acknowledgements, it says, if you suspect someone is in need of support as a result of human trafficking, exploitation, or their immigration status, then the following organization may be able to assist. And I will leave them here down below. I think that's the most important part of this book. It's just about to realize that these problems are real, that these things happen. If you see or hear something about these type of topics, you have to do something. We have to stop human trafficking and the immigration problems. I really encourage you to go to your favorite bookstore, your local bookstore, or whatever bookstore is around, so you can find your next reading, because there's nothing better than find a book that no one knows, enjoy it completely just because you don't know anything about this story, to find your favorite reading. And if you have read it, just please leave it in the comments down below. And also, please leave me another recommendation for another book, and I will be happy to read it, review it, and share it here with you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time with another book talk. Have a nice day. Mwah.